As most of you will probably know, I love a bargain with regards to kit and equipment. I do think that we as consumers are taken advantage of a little bit, with unscrupulous manufacturers in some cases taking advantage of certain circumstances and charging us extortionate amounts for certain bits and bobs. I won't go into names and brands and that sort of thing at this point, but as you'll probably know, I love a bargain whenever I can find one, and whenever I can find one I want to share it with everybody else. And this I consider to be one of the best bargains I've found in quite a while. I don't think you can ever have enough reference material when you're going out looking at things like wild edibles, fungi, that sort of thing, and rooting around the seashore for food. You can never have enough reference material, and part of that is how big a book might be, how easy it is to transport, so on and so forth, amongst many different other things. I found this pack of 6 reference guides from Dorling Kindersley. This is the Complete Pocket Nature Guides. As I say, a set of 6 of them. The price on the front here, I'll just hold that up so you can see, is £51.94, so nearly 52 quid. I did check on Amazon just before I turned the camera on, and you can pick each of these guides up for anywhere between sort of £5.50 and £7 each. So if you say, let's say an average of 6 quid a book, for 6 of them you're going to be looking at £36 on Amazon. Now I picked this set up for £14, and I want to share with you the resource or the place you can find that. I have checked and it is still available. You might have to pay a little bit of shipping charge on top of the £14 odd, but I still think that represents fantastic value for money. But I'll give you the details where in a little while. So as you can see with this pack, we've got a book on fungi, trees, wildflowers, seashore, insects and spiders, butterflies and moths. All areas that I think, you know, if you're out in the outdoors, or you got any interest in bushcraft, wilderness living, survival skills, those sorts of things, you're going to want to ingest as much information about each of those as you possibly can. Now, I'm not saying that you want to put the whole pack in your rucksack, absolutely not. But if you're going out over periods of time in different seasons, then you know it's always worth putting one of these in your pack to set an objective while you're out, to identify or learn as many new things as you possibly can. I'm going to take the fungi one out with me this trip because I don't know if anybody else has found this, but they seem to be coming out fairly late this year. So while I'm out the second day, I'm going to be having a look around to see if I can find any fungi. So let's have a look inside one of the books. Let's take the fungi one out. So that's the one I'm going to be looking at. They are all colour, and I mention that because I have seen a number of books, and somebody will probably turn around and say, well, wouldn't all reference guides be in colour? Well, no, they're not actually. You'd be surprised. Some of them can be just line pencil drawings, which is, for me, is pretty useless when you're identifying something that can potentially kill you and others if you're sharing your food with them. Each of the books has a section just inside the first couple of pages of how to use the book, which is, for my mind, exceptionally helpful because it gives you an idea of the types of terrains. You can't really see this very well, but this is an idea of just one species here of mushroom, and the page is split up into different sections that tell you, first of all, this little picture here is the habitat that you can find each of the mushrooms in, which if anybody knows anything about mushroom identification, one of the important things to remember is actually not just the mushroom itself and the characteristics of it, but the place that you find it in, what type of trees are around, what sort of environment is the mushroom found in. You've got details on how it looks, striations, cap type, gill type, stem type, whether it's got a bulbous base or a skirt around it, that sort of thing, whether it's edible or inedible, tiny little icon there, and some other bits and bobs. So I find these guides, or having had a look through each of the books, I think they are really, really great guides to keep with you. They're not the smallest in the world, but a compromise on size and weight for the information that it puts in there is worthwhile. And it also gives you a size reference as well. So when you take this book out, you can hold the book up to the mushroom species and get a rough idea of what size that you're looking at. Again, just one of the many means of identification. So pretty comprehensive book. There's loads and loads of species in there, both edible and inedible. Great book that I'm going to be taking out, but the real point of this video was just to tell you where you can find this. I think it would make a great Christmas present with Christmas coming up for a young bushcrafter, somebody that's you know, fairly young and just getting into this stuff. As a first reference guide, I think it's brilliant, and for this kind of price I don't think you can beat it. So check out the website www.thebookpeople, all one word, .co.uk, and you should find this still on there for about £14. So I don't know what the delivery charge is like, but check it out. And you guys, if anybody finds this helpful and goes online to pick one up, let me know how you get on and what do you think of it. Doyle and Kindersley are a pretty well known and respected publishing house, so I really don't think anybody's going to be disappointed with these things. You might have more of an interest in the fungi or the wild flowers or trees, for example, than the others, but you know, what the heck, it always helps to know what certain insects and spiders are as well. So there you go, everybody. Thanks very much. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.